जय हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा गौर हरि बोल।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, Text number 49. यथाज्ञस्तमसा युक्ता उपास्ते व्यक्तमेव हि न वेद पूर्वम् अपरम् नष्टजन्म स्मृतिस्तथा। यथा ज्ञास्तमसा युक्ता उपास्ते व्यक्तमेव हि न वेद पूर्वम् अपरम् नष्टजन्म स्मृतिर्यत्सता।
यथाज्ञातमसायुक्ता उपास्ते व्यक्तमेव हि न वेद पूर्वापरम् नष्टजन्मस्तथा। यथाज्ञातमसायुक्ता उपास्ते व्यक्तमेव हि
Text number, word to word translation. Yatha, just as. Agyaha, an ignorant living being. Tamasa, in sleep. Yuktaha, engaged. Upasate, upaste, acts according to. Vyaktam, a body manifested in a dream. Eva, certainly. He, indeed. Naveda, does not know. Purvam, the past body. Aparam, the next body. Nashta, lost. Janma Smriti, the remembrance of the birth. Tatha, similarly. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. As a sleeping person acts according to the body manifested in his dreams and accepts it to be himself, so one identifies with his past, with his present body, which he acquired because of his past religious or irreligious actions, as he is unable to know his past or future lives. Purport. It's long purport. We will see part by part. A man engages in sinful activities because he does not know what he did in his past life to get his present materially conditioned body, which is subjected to the threefold miseries. As stated by Rishabdev in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.4, Nunam Pramattha Kurute Vikarma. A human being who is mad after sense gratification does not hesitate to act sinfully. Yad Indriya Pritaya Aprunoti. He performs sinful actions simply for sense gratification. Na sadhu manne, this is not good. Yatah atmanoyam asanna api kleshadaha asadeha. Because of such sinful actions, one receives another body in which to suffer as he is suffering in his present body because of his past sinful activities. It should be understood that a person who does not have Vedic knowledge always acts in ignorance of what he has done in the past, what he is doing at the present, and how he will suffer in the future. He is completely in darkness. Therefore, the Vedic injunction is tamasima. Don't remain in darkness. Jyotirgama. Try to go to the light. And the light or illumination is Vedic knowledge, which one can understand when he is elevated to the mode of goodness, or when he transcends the mode of goodness by engaging in devotional service to the spiritual master and the Supreme Lord. This is described in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad 6.23. Yasya deve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite kathita yartha prakashante mahatmanah. Unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and spiritual master, all the imports of the Vedic knowledge are automatically revealed. The Vedas enjoin tadvijnanartham sagurum eva vigachet. One must approach a spiritual master who has full knowledge of the Vedas and be faithfully directed by him in order to become a devotee of the Lord. Then the knowledge of the Vedas will be revealed. When the Vedic knowledge is revealed, one need no longer remain in the darkness of material nature. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामने गौरतिषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, text number 49. As a sleeping person acts according to the body manifested in his dreams and accepts it to be himself, so one identifies with his present body which he acquired because of his past religious or religious actions and is unable to know his past or future lives. Sometimes people ask these questions that why we can't remember our past lives. And how, if we can't remember our past lives, how we can believe that there was past life? This is not a very sound argument, because we don't remember in dream what happened also. And in dream we don't remember what we are now, oftentimes, right? Many times we get a dream, people have experienced that after their education is complete and everything, they're doing job. I've asked, sometimes they get exam and they dream of that they're in the school or college and they have to do some exam and they're in great tension. I not get the dream, but I've heard. So they forget that now their education is over and now they are doing job and everything. Still they think that I am in the school or college sometimes, and they're in great tension in dream. They don't understand that they're sleeping and it's a dream. All our dreams are like that only. Sometimes somebody is chasing behind you and about to going to kill you. If you know that I am just sleeping, then why you feel fearful about this? Very fact, if you become fearful, that means you are forgetfulness of your present body, present life. So in a dream also you forget your present body, then why there is argument that why can't I remember my past life? In dream we completely identify with the dream body as mentioned here. A sleeping person acts according to the body manifested in his dream. So in dream a person can get any kind of body. Sometimes a person can get also he's flying in the air. You got any time? Sometimes you like that. You are flying in the air. So you are flying. How can you fly in the air like that? Because of the previous hour, sometimes we must have this body of flying. So now present we don't have, but we get dream of flying. Or sometimes we manifest different types of bodies according to our mental concoction also. Prabhupada said, you see the gold, small gold ring, and you see the mountain. Sometimes you see gold mountain in dream. Sometimes mind can just create imaginary things also in the dream, or body also, particular body, particular situations. So these are not, in these situations, one is absorbed in that particular dream and he forgets his present life's body. And similarly, when he is living now life, he is forgetting the previous life. Or even we forget a dream also. Many times we can't remember the dream also. The dream was not very good, but I am not able to remember. That also experience we have, right? Or we may remember for some time and again we forget. So the forgetfulness is nature of the living beings. And Prabhupada said, because we are changing the bodies, we also forget. We are accepting different kinds of situations and different kinds of bodies. In dream we accept a dream body and therefore we forget this body. When we come back into this body, we forget the dream body. Spiritual life means there is no need to change this material body, no need to change the body. You already have your own spiritual body, which now it is unmanifested. We are not able to see. Because of the desire, unnecessary trying to enjoy, separate from God. If we just understand our great fortune of having Sachidananda nature and try to relish happiness according to that nature, then one need not change the body. The body is changed because of desires, material desires. And in Kali Yuga, you'll find people are filled with so many desires. What desires often they have? Hankering for the things they don't have. Grass is always green on the other side, they say. Whatever we have, God has given us, we are not satisfied with that. We always want to have something what we don't have. This is a conditioned life, material life. In the name of progress and development, economic development, people are kept always dissatisfied by the so-called leaders. They think by this dissatisfaction they will keep on working hard for us. Everywhere is a competitions. And these competitions is creating so much pressure on people. Because everywhere competitions. I heard that recently this suicide prevention day was there. So the director of the institute was speaking that he said, if you want to do something good in your life, you can do it. But why you are making competition out of it? Right? He said, right? Someone told me this. Why you want to make competition for everything? You want to do something good, you do. Try to do something good. But why you are comparing with others every time? Why you create competition out of it? Everything you make competition out of it. And that's unnecessary create botheration and patience upon you. This is modern man. Everywhere there is competition. Somebody said this, Einstein said this, that if you judge a fish by its ability to climb on a tree, then you make him feel stupid throughout his life. That's how modern man is. Keep on judging everyone with the same criteria they make. Who can climb on the tree? Okay, only monkey is the best. The rest other fish goes in depression. You can see this modern times. People have left all this the different jobs. Nobody want to work in the farms. Everybody want to go and in the factories, in the companies. 200 years back there was no companies, factories. Were people not living that time? Prabhupada said people are living more happily, peacefully. Now they have to travel for their jobs. 2 hours, 3 hours. In Bangalore, many people have to travel. At least 2 hours, one way. Those who are living in Bangalore, situation is like that. Because if you want to stay near a company, then the prices are very high. You have to stay out long time, distance travel. In Calcutta also people come from the nearby places. Sometimes they travel 2 hours. From here, Kharagpur to Calcutta, every day people go for jobs. And Prabhupada said, In London, I have seen people coming by flight for jobs from some other place. This is modern advancement. Previously, people would do job near their house. Now you have made this transport special arrangement by which you have to travel 2 hours one way, 4 hours. And this is advancement, Prabhupada said. And once one child asked his mother, "Who is this man?" 4-year child. Mother said, "He is your father." Because 4 years that child had never seen the father. Why? Because father used to go for job early morning when the child is sleeping, and by the time he comes late night, child is still sleeping. And then after 4 years, then the child saw once his father. Who is this man? Today morning only I was hearing this lecture. This is modern advancement. Unnecessarily working hard. That you work so hard that the child doesn't know you, Prabhupada said. And then you say advancement. So everybody is engaged into this competitive dissatisfaction, and more sense gratification. Enjoy more and more senses. That is the success of your life. What is this? You are not going for movies, you are not going for parties, you are not drinking liquor, you are not doing, your life is useless. Many times our devotees also get sometimes question, are these Karvis are enjoying so much? What they are enjoying? They are simply hankering for their mind and senses demands. Is this enjoyment? Smoking cigarette, taking drugs and taking liquors, moving around with opposite sex. Animals are doing this better way. They don't have much botherations about it. So this is considered enjoyment and advancement in modern civilization. The goal is only that. Competition in what? To impress others. The subtle sex, puja la pratishtha. You can see the whole, everything is geared around this. All these modern ideas are coming also. Is simply exploit this, already have feeling, adoration and distinction. So they are taking advantage of this and creating these competitions. And all this social medias and everything also same thing is exploited. People want some fame, so have your own channels. Everybody can have channels, and then you try to work hard to make your channel famous. Everyone, thousands of millions of people are having their channels, and how they get millions of views? Because millions of people are giving to millions of channels. It's all divided. And then everybody feels some sort of achievement, and then these people keep on earning money through it by absorbing your minds 24 hours into such things. Instead of absorbing in reading Bhagavatam, reading spiritual literatures, they are always absorbed into the mobiles, trying to create their images in the society, social medias. This is illusion. What you get, 1,000 or million likes, the same people are also clicking somewhere else. What it takes? Only 1 minute. So throughout their scrolling, they are clicking so many things. And then you get simply proud that now I have got this illusion. How long it will go on? This life is over, finished, everything is over. And in the eyes of those people also, it is not much. Prabhupada said this TV at that time, that was not YouTube channel. This television, Prabhupada said, is not a very important program to have television. When in America, when TV was considered such prestigious thing in India and other countries, and there were, I think, couple of channels only. In those channels, to get your programs, it was considered a very big prestige. Now you have millions of channels. Those channels, one channel if you get, I have seen in my childhood also. This somebody gets television program. Everybody's talking in the town, talk to town. Oh, he's going to come on the TV for some half an hour. Interview is there. One person was doing some farming. I remember our neighbor. So the television people came to interview him in his farming. Some pomegranate farming, I think. And everybody was talking everywhere, schools, in the community, and they were showing his whatever. And that was only Maharashtra channel, not even the central channel. There are only two channels, only one channel was there, I think. And the channel was divided sometimes into the central and sometimes state. Those are the channels, DD. Later on it became DD1, DD2, like that. So much talk. When I was small child, Prabhupada was in America. How much prestigious was his TV channel? Can you imagine? Prabhupada said that is not so important. Because right now they are seeing you, and the next moment they will see somebody else. And you may think, oh, so many people attended my program. But how much time they are with you actually? Once in a while they have seen you. Throughout the 63, 65 days, they are going to see something else. So it's simply illusion. Prabhupada said that's why it is not so important, these TV programs and radio programs. What is important is book distribution. Go to the people and give the book. And convince them about reading the books. You can take some Bhagavad Gita, that means it's something, what they're carrying is very important thing. Otherwise, simply creating illusion in this social medias. Anyway, so what point I was saying, that people are made into this such a competition, cutthroat competition. Cutthroat. So much I absorb into this. It has become things very easy in one sense, but that is making us life also very easily miserable. Some clicks of the button and you lose so many things. Cyber crime is happening now. People are losing so much money. 1100 crores fraud. I was reading this. Cyber crime. People have taken away. 11,000 crores. Or 1100 crores. Just some clicks of button. Now previously the thieves had to come with all their guns and everything, and then they have to go to securities and take so much risk of their lives, and then they have to open the tijori, and then so much. Nowadays they're sitting down, click, 3 hours, crore, lakhs of monies are gone. This is advancement. Fingertips, everything on fingertips, and everything losing on the fingertips also. People lose relationship on the fingertips. Clicking some buttons, send some message, and lost a person. Quick messages sending, expressing their all dirty emotions through the messages, and destroying relationships. Previously, people had to think a lot before they spoke anything or before they wrote something on the letters. But now whatever comes to the mind, just take the phone and just. I have seen small problems are becoming so big because of this telephone talks. So much talks, and then they spoil all the relationships. Or so much of misunderstanding because of this. Because if you have to talk to the person close to face, you see his emotions, you see his lot of things you see. Here you don't say anything, just send a message or say just talk on the phone. It's impersonal way of talking. And that creates so much of misunderstanding between the people. That's why people are becoming more lonely. They don't want to have a relationship. In the name of fast communication, we think that social media, we are bringing together people. But you see, people are becoming more lonely. And they are having more psychological problems now. Someone was telling me that there are more suicides happening than the people are getting murdered throughout the world. Right? These statistics. Murder cases are, suicide cases are more than the people getting murdered by somebody. They are murdering themselves, that means. And so much hospitals are opening more. This is also Prabhupada was saying. People are so foolish. They are proud that we have so many hospitals open. They don't understand. It means people are falling more sick. Previously, people were living 100 years, very healthy life. So many examples. In village side, if you go, there are people living. In cities, people don't live more than 60, 70 years nowadays. Because they are eating all the polluted food. And they're drinking polluted water. You have to use so many purificatory things. All the rivers are contaminated. The Ganga and others. Previously, people would just drink the water like this. Now, is so much chemicals waste are sent by the factories. All the rivers are polluted. Drinking water is polluted. And air is polluted because of the pollution in the cities. And that's why, because people's lifespan is naturally reducing. For some sense gratification, they don't understand how much trouble they are causing. Asannapi klesha, it's mentioned here. No? They become mad after just this sense gratification, and they don't understand that how much they are suffering because of their previous sinful activities now, and how much they are going to suffer in the future also. They just think that I have to solve this problem, that problem. They don't understand that the suffering condition has come because of my previous sinful activities. And they try to adjust now, and while adjusting, they create more troublesome situation. Like somebody has got some sickness now. Nowadays, if you get this vitamin deficiency, immediately doctor says you have to eat meat. First of all, you have got this some sickness, that means some previous sinful activity I have performed. And because of that I am suffering now. Now to stop that suffering, now you want to kill animals and eat them. That means more suffering in the future. And then I have seen some devotees, new practicing devotees, they get so much confused about it. Oh, doctor has told I have got this vitamin B12 deficiency. And he is telling only your recovery is by eating meat. These people also put in ignorance. While there are so many other things that are available, they will not tell those things. Proteins, vitamins, you have to take. Somebody has got protein deficiency, that means he has to eat meat only for that. They will say like that. So this ignorance about life, laws of God, and a desire to enjoy and not taking responsibility of present sufferings has made life so complicated. One has to come to the sense and understand that already I am suffering and how to get rid of the suffering in a proper way. Not that I entangle into more sufferings. It's a darkness, tamasa. Everybody is in ignorance. Ignorance means they don't know. And somebody is covering somebody with a blanket and beating him. Like that Maya is doing. She's put in the ignorance and she is beating. And doesn't know how beating is happening. And if you come to the mode of goodness, then you can see the things as they are. Presently, everybody is in mode of passion, working so much into this passionate environment. That person is infected by that passion and ignorance, by the association of these people who are driven by the mode of passion and ignorance. You hear from them, you associate with them, you socialize with them, and then you get affected, infected by the same passion or ignorance. Just like you associate with some people having contagious disease, then you are also infected by the same disease. So similarly, the mental people having mental problems, if you associate them too much, statistics shown that those are psychiatrists. The suicide rate among psychiatrists is more in general. Why? Because they are associating people who are having psychological problems, who generally want to commit suicide. And they are constantly hearing them. They get money for hearing from them. And because of that, mental infection goes into their minds also. their minds also becomes infected by the same mentality. And they have to go to other psychiatrists. This is statistics. People who are too much counseling psychology, they have to go to another psychologist to get their problems solved. Because mind is also the material element. Just like body gets some disease, and if you associate it too much with the people who are, there was one doctor who was treating patients, some country, some disease had come, some what do you call this, contagious disease. I forgot all details, but this essence was like that. He was working very, very hard to save the patients, and that disease would spread by the blood. And he was performing operations and saving those people, something. And finally he got disease and died. Same disease. So, when you are associating with the people who are having mode of ignorance and passion, then we also get infected by those people. Sometimes we want to be socially accepted, we want to go and just have a mixing with those people and try to do same things, follow their manners, how they speak, how they act, how they eat, how they sit, what they do, talk. We want to be like that, especially those who are very successful materially, but yet don't accept spiritual life and they are sinful. They may be having very nice tie suits, shoes, very smart looking people, but they don't have any understanding about spiritual life. Maninam Bhushitam Sarpa, Prabhupada says that. They are the snakes having the jewel on their hoods. The snake is there, you are afraid. Oh, snake. But is the snake having this jewel? Oh, so nice, I can take the jewel. And because of that, you don't see that he is below the jewel, or that poisonous fang is there. Oh, he's so nice. This person is so nice. Look attractive. Let me go and try to be like that. And then what happens? Their poisonous fangs, they infect, they inject us. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that you can respect those who are extroverts of this world, but don't follow their manners. Otherwise you will get affected by their consciousness. You can respect these people, that okay, they have done some good pious activities, but now they are misusing those things. They are called duskrutis. Duskrutis means they are meritorious, they are intelligent, they are smart, and they are genius, but they are all perverted genius. Using all their talents, intelligence, everything against God's plans. They will all make plans in the 7-point, which 14th shloka? Namam Dushkritana Mudha, written then 7.9, I think. 14. Prabhupada says this. Namam Dushkritana Mudha. Dushkriti means they are meritorious people. Meritorious means they are having skills, talents, intelligence by their past previous activity. They are holding the positions of leaders, political leaders, scientists, philosophers, and they are working very hard day and night. Make all the plans which has no connection with the Vedic knowledge. Their own concocted ideas. They are making so many commissions, planning commission, this, that. We'll now solve the problems. We have this, we have that. We'll create so many jobs. We'll have new technology, AI, all these things. Simply they want to exploit people by having more money. In the name of giving jobs, they started factories. What happened? Factories, earlier 100 people were working, now they had a machine now, saying that they will give jobs. But they actually removed the people. They made people jobless. 100 people job, now you put one machine and one man. 99 people are jobless. And what do? Give that person little more salary and put all of your pocket in your pocket. 90% or 95% people salary. And in the present light, like this, are we going to give jobs? By opening factories, then they have problems. If factories will produce so much, who will consume that? These people will consume. Sell advertisement, keep on advertising, bombard their mind and senses through advertisements. And they will work hard, but they don't have jobs. Whatever money they have got, everything they extract through all this thing. They have to sell all those products. So they make a show that they are solving the problems, but if you ask them little more details about it, they don't have answers. Why so many people are becoming jobless now? How many engineering colleges are there? How many engineers are coming out? And how many are getting jobs? Not even 50% are getting jobs. Now they are saying, no, we have got AI. What is AI? Earlier now these 100 people were jobless by putting one machine. Now you put AI and make these 100 machines people jobless. And put one man again for 100 machines operating. From some few people's benefit, so many people suffer because of their greed. We see only this, very get attracted by these modern ideas, but actually we don't see the overall effect what is happening. Through all these internets and all these things, people's minds are getting polluted, people are becoming jobless, people are suffering pollutions, all this happening, and still we are proud that we are scientific advancement we are making. The so-called scientific advancement has no connection with the God realization, spiritual practices. Previously there was a Brahmanical class, those who live in mode of goodness. Those who come to the mode of goodness, all this intoxication of passion and ignorance will reduce, then you will be able to see the things properly. Otherwise we can't see the things properly. Even the people see, many times people talk, ultimately kuch hai nahi life mein, aise ke piche padna nahi chahiye, and they keep on doing same things because they are driven by the mode of passion. Pashyana pena pashyati. Even though they may see it, but it doesn't sink into their hearts. So some little goodness they can see sometimes. Those are completely passion and ignorance, they are blind completely about it. Naturally then, Prabhupada said, wherever there are factories, you will find around that liquor shops, brothels, and gambling, casinos, all these things will come. Because there is no spiritual practices, they will be inclined to do such activities more and more, eating, gambling, illicit intoxications. And that is their pleasure. What their pleasure is otherwise. Work very hard, day and night, and then to reduce their stress, they have to drink, they have to eat meat, have illicit sex activities. What else is there in their lives? And one day die like this, same consciousness. What will next life? Not human being with such consciousness. They have to glide down to the lower species. That's why it says that here, yat indriya pritaya apranoti. What they are doing for? Simply for sense gratification. Senses demanding so much. Ego demanding, mind demanding, senses demanding, which has nothing to do with this self actually. Soul is different from this body. Just like nowadays, so many things that are unnecessary creating things. Why we need so many gadgets around? People are after these gadgets because their minds is hooked by these advertisement companies on those gadgets. For simple things you can go on with, but now so much money is spent into these gadgets. And they are forgetting their own real. I can live without this. 20 years back, everybody was living without those things. 200 years back, people were living without all these things. Now they have become addicted to those things. So much time is being spent onto these gadgets, especially mobiles, laptops, and all these things. They can't live without that. That has become an identity of the people. They just want to see it again and again. What is happening into that? My status, putting status into this WhatsApp status, mobile status, or whatever. How much time is being consumed for those things? The people don't realize. So it's been manipulated by some people who want to get this attraction, what this absorption of the people into their own whatever they are creating. One receives another body by such activities. Because of such sinful actions, one receives another body in which to suffer as he is suffering in the present body because of his past sinful activities. It should be understood that a person who does not have Vedic knowledge always ignorance of what he has done in the past, what he is doing at the present, and how he will suffer in the future. He is in complete darkness. So by sincerely practicing spiritual life, one thing happens is one comes to his natural position of being satisfied. Prasannatma. By sincere spiritual practices, your dependence on this material nature will naturally reduce. Grossly and subtly also. Grossly also, devotee doesn't need much. He can be in a very simple environment, very happy. Simple food, simple place for staying, simple clothing. You don't need anything. For your own satisfaction, one can simple living. And one can be joyful. And one is not hankering for anything. Prasanna Atma, na shoshiti na kankshati. No kankshati. There is no hankering. And there is no lamentation also. Because you understand everything belongs to Krishna. Nothing is mine. That is Brahma Bhuta stage. Brahma Bhuta means there is no hankering, no lamentation, and no anxiety also. Prasannatma. And Prabhupada showed actually his devotees who had left everything and they were traveling with Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, transformation, these people have become free. Just for serving Krishna they are not hankering for money, not they are hankering for sense gratification. They had all good in their lives. They are coming from many affluent families in America. They became detached from all those things. No hankering for such things. Joyful, happy state. By practicing sincerely Krishna consciousness, one understands the complete picture. Krishna is controlling everything. And there is a joy from within. You don't have to look for that pleasures of this material world. One can be naturally joyful from within. By serving Krishna, that happiness increases more. Mad bhakti labate param. Brahma bhuta prasanna atma nashochitina kankshati. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labate param. The devotees who are coming, they were ready to come in Calcutta. All American devotees, European devotees, they were living in a small place. 50 of them with not much facilities, only one toilet, a bathroom. That time was there. All voluntarily austerities. Nobody was being paid. They were doing it out of love for Srila Prabhupada and Krishna and spreading Krishna consciousness. People like Giriraj Maharaj coming from such affluent family. Empty check to give Prabhupada. Write any amount, give my son back. Prabhupada said, I am not holding him, take him back. He was such a rich man that he is given empty, any amount you put. He came to Calcutta to meet Prabhupada in Calcutta. His father and mother both came. Giriraj Maharaj said, I don't want to go. He told his father, I am happy here. What happiness, what was he getting? That is what Krishna consciousness is. Krishna consciousness means you are not dependent on these material arrangements of karmis. You are happy, just simple things, simple living and high thinking. Spiritual world you want to go back, Vaikuntha. There is all opulence is there, everything is there. But that opulence is to simply enhance the loving relationships. That's the real opulence, not this opulence of this material world. simply envying each other and working for sense gratification, competition. There people want to impress other people who are envious of them. What pleasure is this? Simply pleasure of envy. But everybody want to impress this materialistic people each other. Although they are envious of each other, they want to impress each other and become bigger, get prestigious position. The devotee has no such interest. What is the use of impressing these karmis? In spiritual world, all these things are there to enhance loving relationships. It's not to make people more envious. That's why devotees don't accept also. Prabhupada was once sitting, down, and one reporter came and said, "Why you are not sitting there on the asana?" Prabhupada said, "Because you will become envious of me." Other times some reporter came and said, "Why you are sitting there on big asana?" That's why Prabhupada said, "I am sitting down." So devotees are not interested to impress these karmis. May accept positions so that they can come and hear. Otherwise, Prabhupada said, "I can sit under a tree also." One hotel, big, prestigious hotel. Well, I can be under a tree also. Will you come and hear me there? It is for your benefit I am here, not for my benefit. Not that I want to enjoy the hotel facilities. That is Yukta Vairagya. Prabhupada was not in a hotel so that he can enjoy facilities for himself. He was there so that some people will think, "Oh, this man is on the tree, what is the use going there? Oh, this sadhu is coming in a big hotel, that means he's really then he'll come to meet." So to deliver such people, sometimes devotee may accept opulences out of compassion. But he is happy just under tree also. And not Prabhupada was saying, Prabhupada was like that. When he went to New Vrindavan, it's a farm community, Prabhupada was so happy there. Every day Prabhupada was eating just a shak, wildly growing there, some shak growing there wildly. It made nice shak. Prabhupada liked that shak so much. And the first day, next day, Prabhupada wanted, they thought there was no toilet. So one old toilet, they wanted to make it ready. So that Prabhupada will use the toilet, because everywhere there was nice arrangement for Prabhupada. Here there were no. The next day, whole night, Radhanath Swami Maharaj was trying to fix up that toilet so that Prabhupada can use it next day. So after so many hours, early morning, it started working flush. Maharaj was very happy now. Prabhupada will use it. I did my service. Prabhupada didn't ask where is toilet also next day. He took his lot and went in the farm. Farm life. Nice. He was not after the facilities. He accepted those things just to benefit people. Prabhupada told also once, he was sitting in a very palatial building, nice room he was created by devotees. It was like palace. I don't know which place it was, somewhere in America or Europe. Prabhupada said, "I am sitting here, but I am remembering my room in Radha Damodar temple, small room, where I was seeing every day Radha Govinda's darshan, Radha Damodar's darshan, Rupa Goswami Samadhi. Although I am sitting here, but my mind is absorbed in that place. But because of service, I have to hear." Prabhupada said this. For sake of service, I am accepting these things. That is Yukta Vairagya. Not that in the name of Krishna consciousness you justify your sense gratification. In the name of your Yukta Vairagya. Anasaktasya. First is anasaktasya. You are detached. Then you can utilize. Anasaktasya vishaya yata haram upoinjata. Accept as much as required. Maintain body and soul. And then nirbandha Krishna sambandhe. Yukta Vairagya muchyate. So this whole modern man is make you attached to sense gratification. Bombard the senses with more and more gratification, sense gratification objects, and make people addicted to sense gratification, then they become slaves. then you can make them work hard for them. That is the whole culture. That's why this advertising company is bombarding senses more and more. Take this, enjoy this. Why? By doing that, you become slaves of your senses and mind. And then it easily to control you. Those who become slaves, they can be easily controlled. Slaves of their mind and senses. They can be controlled just by money or some gratification facilities. Give them some liquor or give them some things, they will work hard. Immediately they will do things. Give them some parties and liquor parties and like this, they will do all things. Or give them money more for enjoying sense gratification. This is the technique. And then they will say, posh, we are having nice office, we are having this, that, the company is like this. But what is the purpose? Purpose is to make you work hard. That people don't realize. By simply offering money. What this money is? Paper currencies, now e-currencies. The Brahmanas and Kshatriyas will not work for such things. Even Vaishyas also will not work. They have higher goals of their lives to work for. Actual Brahmanas and Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, they cannot be controlled by money. Vaishyas work for business, money, earning, but they are not like these Vaishyas. Today's mercantile class is greedy mercantile class. They are themselves greedy. Vaishyas will take care of cows and the farming. Krushi Goraksha Vanijya. When excess comes, then you do trading. Now this whole trading is out of greed. And then they want some Shudras work for them 24 hours. This is the whole thing. Greedy mercantile class, and they make sure that everybody is educated to become a nice Shudra. Work hard. Nobody is trained to become a Brahmana. Although they may be Brahmanical people, but they are trained as Shudras only. That after you come from education institutes, you cannot think about anything but simply go and beg for the job. If you ask them to start some business, they cannot. Who will take risk? Nobody can take risk. Because the whole system has become like that. And what to speak of somebody can remain Brahmana and depend on charity. That is the out of balloon, utopian things for them. How can somebody survive like this? Or they will say, oh, these people are parasites. Sadhus are parasites. They don't understand the value of the sadhus. They are living at the cost of others. And there are no Kshatriyas, no Brahmanas, no proper Vaishyas also. So that's a headless society, no Brahmanas. And Kalo Shudra Sambhava. In Kali Yuga, everybody is Shudra. And that's why the Shudras means they take pleasure in sense gratification more and more. Liquor, wine, women. That is considered as success of life. One boy, our devotee called him, one senior boy, to take some guidance. One devotee, and not devotee boy, some senior person. And he said, I was shocked. He is taking, oh, he said, you can do like this, you can do like this. Ultimately, you want to just enjoy, enjoy the opposite sex now. Things like this, you are saying like this. I am doing like this, I am in Japan working. This person is in Australia, he has a relationship with 20 girls. These talks, I was shocked. The whole talk was like this only. And that is considered success. That is available in there. You don't have to do all. Dogs and hogs are doing same things. They don't have to work so hard to get that pleasure. Kashtan kaman arhate vidabhujami tapodivya putrakayana sapam. Why you are working so hard for that? It's available for lower species without any much efforts. They don't have any higher goals in their lives. This is considered as a success of life. If you can have such pleasures, all the spring fest and everything, what they do is simply get women-led girls from different colleges and try to impress them. Boys and girls coming together and spending all this time. They are showing off some other things, but what is the purpose, main purpose of this whole thing? But then this is considered very prestigious. You know, prestigious is for sense gratification. Who can do better sense gratification? And what is the result of that? Suffering. Kleshada. All these people who may be making a show of their enjoyment for short time, you see their whole life miserable. People don't see that. This whole real life is only on stage. You see a person is smiling, because he's earning money through it, or he's getting prestige through it. And you see his other life, they don't want to see that. Now in the screen or in the stage, he is smiling because he is getting money and prestige. But you go and see his personal life, miserable. He has to smoke, drink, all these things he has to do constantly. Fights, anxiety, stress, all these things will be there behind it. That is what the Kali Yuga life is. People don't want to see that. They just want to be hallucination of seeing something and imitate those things. Imitation. And this also, Kali Yuga shows the same thing. Kali Yuga just advertises like this. You see this man enjoying, although he has been sinful, still enjoying. This man is pious, is suffering. Just by his screenshots shown, doesn't give the reality to you. You see the whole life, you see the next life, previous life, and they see the picture. That is what Brahmana can see. Shudra cannot see. Shudra is seen on the screen. They like to see movies more. Why? Because they want to be in illusion more. Their life is different. People are suffering in the slums. Around that pigs are moving, gutters are open. Still they have a dish antenna coming and watching television, enjoying those pleasures. Living in the filthy places also. Or they are absorbed into the video games on the mobiles. They don't think about it. Death is going to come. Simply trying to ignore all those things. Adjustment of this mind, they say. But ultimately sufferings. So many diseases, so many mental problems, relationship problems, loneliness problems, so many stress-related problems. Because of the more going away from the spiritual life. So therefore it is said that don't remain in darkness. Vedas says, Tamasi ma. Tamasi means darkness. Don't remain in such ignorance. Jyotirgama. Go to the Jyoti, knowledge, as Vedas, or go to the spiritual world, which is by default a place of light, place of happiness, Vaikuntha, no anxiety. That is a real place. Our own nature also Sachidananda. We have accepted this body, which is Asat Achit Nirana. We are working hard so much for this body. We don't need to work. Krishna has made this human body very simple. You don't need much for sleeping. You need some few hours. You need food. But we are unnecessarily working hard. Human body is given such intelligence to understand all the subject matters. But they are not allowing people to think about these things. Keep person so busy into this academics, 20 years of vital life, that they become completely deprived of the real human life, so the benefit. And then all this education, no God, no next life, no soul, Vedas are useless, Vedic mythology, all such things are taught. Still, Krishna consciousness is so powerful. In spite of such burden for 20 years, if anybody practices sincerely for some time, chanting holy name, all these dirty things will be removed out within short time. If you really take shelter of Krishna, all such ignorance can be dispelled out. That's how the powerful Krishna consciousness is. So don't remain in darkness. Try to go to the light. The light or emanation is Vedic knowledge, which one can understand when one is elevated to the mode of goodness. Prabhupada said devotees should try to come to the mode of goodness as quickly as possible. Don't try to imitate the karmis and go into passion and ignorance. Associate with devotees who are trying to come to the mode of goodness. by association. One is infected by these modes by association. Karanam gunasangasya. Gunasanga means the association with the modes. And what is the powerful associated modes is the people who are having that mode. There are various ways you get association with the mode. Is by eating certain kinds of things in particular mode. You associate with that mode. By time, morning time is goodness, afternoon time is passion, evening times, night time is darkness, ignorance. So those who try to remain more active in the ignorance times, in material activities, they are infected by the mode of ignorance mode. That's why you'll find thieves, all these parties, everything happens, liquor parties and every night times. Mode of ignorance they want to enhance. These hostel boys are also throughout night they are awake. And all lights are on. What they are doing that time, not spiritual activities, not like Haridas Thakur chanting, doing all sinful activities. Night time they get special strength performing sinful activities because it's mode of ignorance. And goodness, morning times they will have sleeping. 3 o'clock they'll go to sleep, Brahma Murta time, just before Brahma Murta, and they'll get about 10 o'clock. Or sometimes for the classes they will just get about 8 o'clock and go and sleep in class. Right? No, not take bath also many people. Right? Comes like that. Time also affects our modes. If you are active in the mode of morning times, then you'll be affected by the mode of goodness more. And daytime you do your job, whatever is required. If you passionately work, then you become ignorant, mode of passion. Night times, you take rest so that in the morning times you are acting more. Similarly, eating also. What kind of things you are eating? If you are eating in mode of goodness things, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what is that? Ayu Bala, one more thing is there. Ayu Sattva Bala Arogya, Rutpiti Vivardhanam. Something which can increase your lifespan and which is give you strength, give you health, is pleasing to the heart. Rut Priti Vivardhanam. That is goodness. Rasya, Snigdha, those items, milk products, grains. What do you eat? Rice, dal, sabji, chapati. Too much salt, too much spices, too much salt, savar, katwa, amla, lavana, tikshna, too much hot, spicy. That is passion. And ignorance food is what they are eating. All these rotten foods. Packaged food. Prabhupada said package means refrigerated. Prabhupada said refrigerated, these packages people are producing. Sattvic food means which is cooked and eaten 3 hours before. Within 3 hours. So this cooked food and put in the fat and packages like this breads and whatever is they are making, or these some packaged food you keep in the fridge and then you heat and take it. All these things, they are mode of ignorance. Fresh, cooked nicely one can take. So, what to speak of this, all Chinese and everything, this makes what you call sauces, putting all the preservatives. Then mode of bring the person in the mode of ignorance mode. Somehow or other we have got taste to those things. No? Because if you go in the mode of passion and ignorance, you will start liking those things. That's how it works. And you think, I like, that's why I take it. How the mode cheats us. Because of infected by a particular mode, you start liking those things and you think, I like it. That's why I have to eat it. No, you cultivate habit of mode of goodness, then you start disliking those things. Those are in ignorance. You come to the mode of goodness, you will naturally start disliking those things. But if you are attached too much, I like it, or I don't like it. So one has to see from the scriptural point of view, what I should like and what I should not like. If somebody is taking liquor regularly, he starts liking liquor. But before that he was not liking it. Because regular taking becomes habitual to it. This body is such a thing, how you train it, it will become like that. So if you train body nicely, then you will start liking the right things. And ultimately, real liking should be the spiritual activities. That comes mode of pure goodness. But at least one should come to the goodness. So that is help to go to the mode of pure goodness. So all these things are there. Time, what kind of dress we wear also. If you wear nice white dress or like that, that is more sattvic. Too much dark things and everything, blue, all those things, or very flashy things, they take you into the mode of more passion. Perfumes, some kinds of perfume nowadays are there. They create such a strong smell, immediately it puts you into the mode of passion. The things what you see, some passionate activities see in the pictures, movies, your passion will increase more. So this is science. What you see, what you hear, what you touch, what you smell, all these things can be categorized in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. And how you are making our choice. And out of all these things, most strongest is association with the person in the particular mode. If you associate with the person in ignorance, passion, then that is very powerful association with the modes. So therefore one should, Srupa Goswami says, Jana Sangasya Laulyamcha, Sangatyagat. Both the places says that don't associate with the materialistic people. Janasanga is bad, and giving up the Janasanga is good. Both places he says this, right? Atyahara Prayasasya Shloka also says avoid bad association, and the Utsaha Nishya Dhairyat also. 6 things favorable, 6 things unfavorable. One common is both places is association, bad association. So the light or which one can, the light or illumination is Vedic knowledge which one can understand when one is elevated to the mode of goodness, or when he transcends the mode of goodness by engaging in devotional service to the spiritual master and the Supreme Lord. So Vedic knowledge, why modern man cannot understand, why he thinks is a Vedic mythology? Because they are in passion and ignorance, simple. Unless they come to the mode of goodness, they will not appreciate Vedic knowledge. That's why sometimes you don't have to tell so much philosophy to them. Just make them chant Hare Krishna Samodara and give them prasadam. Bring them to some mode of goodness. Then the philosophy comes. All of us have experience, right? Before coming to Krishna consciousness, initially this what they are speaking, not making much sense. But by regularly associating and taking prasadam, slowly you try to start understanding things, right? So what is saying here is this. Which one can understand when one is elevated to the mode of goodness, or when one transcends the mode of goodness by engaging in devotional service to the spiritual master and the Lord. Unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both in Lord and spiritual master, all the imports of the Vedic knowledge are automatically revealed. So Vedas are revealed scriptures. When you come to certain stage, then the knowledge will be revealed. That's why in earlier times also Vedas are not taught to the people who are in ignorance and passion, especially Shudra category people. Not by birth, but their qualities. Somebody has that quality of more in ignorance and passion. They were not taught this knowledge. First of all, they cannot understand it, or they may misuse it. Both things will happen. Vedic knowledge will limit such people. Like Hitler wanted to study Vedas. For what? He heard that in Vedas there is a Brahmastra. He thought, let me study Vedas and create some big powerful weapon like nuclear bomb. That was the purpose of studying Vedas. So sometimes such people may study the Vedas and try to get information and get some powers, because Vedas are power, knowledge. And then they may create nuisance for themselves and for others. Okay, any questions? Questions, comments? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So all these things we are discussing too, so that we are inspired to become Krishna conscious more. Because all such ideas what we have gathered in our minds makes our spiritual practices dull. Therefore we are hearing this, so that we are enthused. Ultimate purpose of this is to become enthused to practice spiritual life. And that enthusiasm will drive away all inertia. One can immediately transcend the modes. Sagunan samatittetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mamchayo vevicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Krishna says that those who perform sincere devotional service immediately transcend the modes. Sagunan Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpade. You can come to the spiritual platform. That's why spiritual practices we should be very energetic and enthusiastic. Even if you are not feeling enthusiastic, still we act enthusiastic. So, and then one will be pushed towards or pulled towards the higher modes. Mode of goodness, and especially by regulative practices, regulations. Every day we get up in the morning, Mangalarati, chant with devotees, take prasadam, hear Krishna Katha. These things will okay. Thank you so much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. That is ready.